if we maybe change the way we look at things on a regular basis, that we might have maybe a little different view of the world and of our lives and of our families and relationships and such. And even our work. Yes, even our work.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
Hey everybody, Dustin Harris hanging out with you in the podcast chair. Just got in from my drive from home to my little office space in Idaho Falls. And, I got a brand new car here. It was brand new a year ago. Can you believe I put 50,000 miles on that car in 1 year? And I'm not kidding. Well, 48,000. Okay, I guess I was kidding a little bit. I spent a lot of time in the car. And one of the things that I have learned to love that I didn't think was that big of a deal. It's one of those things, you don't know what you don't know, right? And one of those things is Sirius XM radio, right? It came free for the first, these are smart marketers, right? It came free, I think, for the first 3 months. And at that point I was hooked. I mean, I absolutely had to sign up. And I was driving in today and flipping through the channels, and an old song came on the radio. And as I was flipping through, this is what I heard. That's right. It's Martina McBride. I found myself singing along to Martina, and it was fun. It was a song that I used to love years ago, and it's funny how you remember those lyrics. And as I was driving into town, I thought of myself and I thought of my situation. I thought, I've got a lot of crappy things in my life. But overall, I'm very, very blessed. I don't know if you like that word or not. I know it gets a little overused, but I'm very, very grateful for the life that I lead. And I can't wait to tell you about a few things. And I hope will remind you of some of the things that you're dealing with in your life as well, that I think if we maybe change the way we look at things on a regular basis, that we might have maybe a little different view of the world and of our lives and of our families and relationships and such. And even our work. Yes, even our work. I want to pause here and remind you that one of the things I'm really grateful about is Now software. I use it on a daily basis. I used it just today. Every single day I get a little email in my inbox, and I'll tell you about that experience coming up. But right now, you can go to anow.com/coach for a free trial of the All-Star team in conjunction with Anow. Again, it's anow.com/coach. Well, folks, so I'm driving in. I'm listening to Martina McBride. Yes, I will admit it. I was singing out loud. I do that on a frequent basis as I'm driving around. I crank the music. I like it loud, and I like to sing along. I think I like it loud because my sing-along is not pretty, and it drowns out the horrible, horrible singing that I might do. But it's fun. I enjoy getting uplifted a little bit. I definitely spend a lot of time in my car, as I pointed out earlier, 48,000 miles in 12 months. Yeah, do the math on that, folks. That's 4,000 miles a month. That's 1,000 miles a week. I'm not kidding. That's how many miles are on my car. Absolutely kind of blew me away, actually. I figured I put on about half of that, but lots and lots and lots of mileage put on that stupid car. Actually, it's a great car. I love my Subaru Legacy. And anyway, it came with satellite radio, and I love my books on tape. I really do. I love my books on tape. Right now, I'm reading one called Profit First. It was one of my Dream Team members gave to me at the last mastermind in Dallas. Thank you, Olivo. I just started it, but I like it so far. So I spend a lot of time listening to things and growing in my knowledge and my understanding of things and my education. I'm a big believer in self-education, improving ourselves on a daily basis. But I'll tell you what, folks, every once in a while, I just have to turn off the books on tape. And this morning was one of them. I had been listening to Profit First all morning at the gym during my workout, and got about a 20-minute commute from my home to my office. and wanted to listen to some music and was flipping through the channels. Martina McBride came on and I started singing out loud. And I tell you, it actually started me thinking, again, I know there's some controversy with this word blessed, and we see it on Facebook and we see it in the social media, and people get upset and they think that it's a religious word. And I guess it can be. Whether you're religious or not has really nothing to do with what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is our lives as appraisers. And I guess I want to take a little bit of a positive view, a little bit of a positive angle on things, because I think that we have it pretty damn good. I just feel that way. I very much appreciate the opportunity to be my own business owner. Let me give you an example. Again, talking about the Dream Team. The Dream Team, one of the members of the Dream Team, one I look up to, a very successful business owner, reached out to the Dream Team Facebook group. I have two Facebook groups, okay? They're both private, closed groups. You have to be a member of either the All-Star Team to belong to one or the Dream Team to belong to both, okay? So the Dream Team is more about business development, is more about business ownership, hiring, firing, managing, pay scales, fee schedules, schedules in general, business models, those kind of things, where the All-Star Team is more focused on day-to-day appraising. Hey, I've got a weird property. What should I do with this kind of questions? The All-Star Team is quite large, over 100 members, and quite active. And the Dream Team is much less than that, and it's still active. It's just a different focus. And it was a Dream Team member that jumped on the Dream Team site, Facebook page rather, and just made a comment on Sunday and said, I found myself working today. And I don't work very often on Sunday. I'm paraphrasing, but I don't work very often on Sunday, but I find myself working today. But I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm not upset that I'm working on Sunday. I actually had a great weekend, did not work on Friday, and spent some time, I think, with friends or maybe family, doing some partying over the weekend, and now it's time to catch up a little bit. And some would say, well, who wants to work on Sunday? Well, his attitude was, I chose to work on Sunday because I chose to play Friday and Saturday. I'm telling you, folks, I love that attitude, and I love the fact that we as business owners have that choice. And I think we get bogged down sometimes. I know I do. We get bogged down with the negative parts of our business. AMC's this, and scope creep that, and low fees this, and hybrids and PIWs and all of this crap that's going on in the world. And yeah, we need to be concerned about those things. We need to be vigilant. We need to be doing the best, not only to change the atmosphere on a national basis, but also to change our business models that we can still be successful into the future. But I love this Dream Team member's attitude. Instead of complaining that he was working on Sunday, his post was all about how grateful he was that he could have that choice. That as a business owner, he didn't have a set schedule, a boss to report to, that he could choose what he does, that he could run his own business. I'll tell you, part of running your own business is being able to be effective at what you do. And ANOW software allows me to do that. I love the fact that I can just jump on it on my phone. I love that I can just, do everything I need to do. And one of the things that ANOW does is it sends out a little email. And by the way, it's optional. You don't have to do this. If you get too much email every morning anyway, you might want to turn this feature off, but I love it. ANOW sends out an email to me every single morning. It says, good morning, Dustin. Here's what you have to do today. That's the subject line, I think. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically it. And then it outlines the appointments I have today, the reports that are due today, the upcoming appointments that I have, the reports that are upcoming soon. And I mean, literally in 15 seconds, I can get a very good snapshot of what my day looks like. And I'll tell you, this morning was a perfect example. There was a report due today. And by the way, I don't turn things in on the due date. That's one of our rules at our office. Due dates are the day before the actual due date. So it's very rare that ANOW sends me an email and says, you have this report due today, because reports are not due on the day they're due. And I thought, how did we drop the ball on that one? But the nice thing is it's not due till the end of the day today, so we can still get it in. No problem. It's ready to go. It just hasn't been uploaded yet. But those are the kind of things that I want to know as a business owner. And those are the kind of things that ANOW teaches me every morning. Folks, if you're not using ANOW, and if you want to be a part of the Dream Team, It's a marriage made in heaven. Go to anow.com/coach. You can try the Dream Team for 3 months, folks. 3 months. 3 months for free. Check them out. Check out the All-Star Team newsletter. You can be a part of the All-Star Team Facebook page. You can get the audio version and the discounts on the other products. Go to anow.com/coach and start doing better business today. anow.com/coach. We're back, folks. We're talking about our lives today. Actually, we're talking about our business, our lives, our relationships, our schedules. I love the fact, okay, folks, here's the honest truth. Today is Tuesday morning. It is 10:30. Well, I was going to say 10:34, but the clock just changed to 10:35 a.m. Okay. I'm recording this at 10:35 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. And when I'm done here, well, I've got another couple podcasts I want to do this morning, a couple things on my mind. I'm just going to record them all in one day and spread them out over the next few weeks. And I've got a lunch appointment with an old friend of mine. Knew this individual about 10 years ago. He moved away and I moved away, and we just ended up moving back to the same neighborhood recently. We reconnected at a community event, and we're having lunch today. We're going to catch up on things. When I'm done with that, I'm going to go out and see a movie. An afternoon matinee. Yes, by myself. I know it's weird. I enjoy going to the movies by myself. I really do. I love sitting down and getting away from all my problems and my stresses and just de-stressing in the movie theater. That's one of my go-to. Some people have golf. Some people have whatever. Knitting. I don't know what you do. Scrapbooking. That's my wife's go-to thing. I love movies. I love them. There's rarely a movie that comes out that I don't see unless the reviews are just horrible. But that's my thing. And then I have an appointment this afternoon to see a house. It's an FHA appraisal. And that's it. That's my day. I'll be doing some other things, obviously, running my business, doing some reviews on some reports and different things. But I have the choice, and I use that word intentionally, I have the choice of going to lunch with a friend and going to a movie today. Now, I don't always have days like that. Days are busy for me just like they are for anybody else. But I'm telling you, folks, it is very rare that I work an evening, and it is almost non-existent that I work a weekend or a holiday. It wasn't always like that. There was a lot of principles of prosperity that I needed to put into place. These are the things that I teach in the All-Star Team and some of the other membership groups. But it took me a while to get there, but I'm there now, folks, and it's awesome. It's wonderful. The quality of my work has gone up. The quality of my life has gone up. The quality of my relationships have increased. Do I have my issues? Absolutely. Are there times that the missus and I don't get along? I don't know why I just said that because I never call her the missus, but anyway, are there times that the wife and I don't get along? You bet. I mean, do we have our disagreements? Absolutely. And the old saying, happy wife, happy life is absolutely true. When mom's not happy, nobody's happy. Are there times that I argue and bicker with my kids? Yeah. I mean, I've got a 20-year-old, folks. I've got an 18-year-old. I've got a 13-year-old. I've got a 10-year-old. Okay. Sometimes that can be rough. I got teenagers, and it's rough to deal with those teenagers. They have very strong wills. I've learned to deal with them over the years, and I've learned to, last night we were sitting around talking as a family, and I said to my kids, I said, one of the things I'm really grateful for is I really, truly enjoy being around all of you. And that was heartfelt. I really do. I enjoy spending time with my kids. I take them a lot when I travel. For example, I was talking to Mark Skapinitz about Appraiser Fest coming up, and I usually at these types of events, I'm either speaking or I have a booth, and I don't think either one of those things will be happening at Appraiser Fest for me, which will allow me to just be me, allow me to walk around, and I think I'm going to bring my son, my 10-year-old. He hasn't been to San Antonio. And, just those types of things, folks, just as I was listening to that song this morning, and whether you like the word blessed or not, whatever, I mean, I'm just, I love the fact that we as appraisers have choices. And I think sometimes we become victims of our choices. And I think sometimes we tend to focus on the non-choice side of things, if you know what I mean, that we tend to focus on the negative, I don't have any choice because my client's making me do this, or I don't have any choice but to work my rear end off because the fees in my area are so low. Okay, I get all of these things, and I'm not poo-pooing those things. I'm not shoving those things to the side. Those are real things. Those are real things that we're dealing with on a daily basis. But appraisers, listeners, please don't forget how blessed we are, how good we do have it as business owners. It is a wonderful thing. I don't know why you got into this business in the first place, but don't forget that reason. Go back to that often. And if you are buried and if you are stressed, folks, there is a way out of that hole. Let me give you a shovel, okay? Let's start with the All-Star team. Let me help you with some principles that will allow you to get up on top of your life. It's not going to be easy. It will take some effort, but I promise you it will be worth it. I love being a business owner. I love being in control of my day, my week, my month, my destiny. I love the fact that I am in control. And I hope that you do as well. I hope that you find ways to be successful and to be happy and, yes, feel blessed as a real estate appraiser. Folks, if you're interested in joining the All-Star team, well, you can go to anow.com/coach and try it for free. But if you don't want to do that, if you're not ready for Anow yet, why not? Why not just sign up for the All-Star team? Go to theappraisercoach.com and just click on memberships. It's really easy. Take a look at the All-Star team and the benefits. There's a list of several benefits there. If you go to the membership page, it's very, well, I'll just outline them very quickly for you. You'll see 3 membership levels. You got the All-Star team, the Appraiser Academy, and the Dream Team. Okay, the All-Star team gives you digital and audio versions of the full color 8-page newsletter, access to a closed members-only online discussion board. That's the Facebook group we talked about. Members-only resource library. That thing is huge. I don't stress that enough. The resource library is incredible. 35% off one-on-one consulting with me, and substantial discounts on other products and services. Again, go to theappraisercoach.com/memberships. Thanks for joining me, folks.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.